Our live good morning or good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're tuning in from. And thanks for joining me here today. I'm looking forward to having a chat, talking all things business, marketing, productivity, whatever else you got. So with that said, let's dive in and say hi. Let me know where you're from. And also, as usual, if you can let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. I think we've got all of the technical issues worked out from microphones, picking up wrong signals and so on. So good morning, Wilson and Adam. I don't know who Wilson is, but we'll say good morning to him as well. Amar, greetings from Kosovo. Good to see you here again. And Kevin, good morning. Good morning, my man. Good to see you here. And we've got Patrick. Good to see you, Patrick. And I'm assuming you guys can hear me loud and clear. If so, just let me know in the chat. Hey, Herthik, much love from India. Much love back at ya. And from Bavaria, Germany. Excellent. Which part of Bavaria? My understanding is it's a relatively large area. I think, is Munich in Bavaria? Does that fit there? Let's see what else we've got. We've got Fitagogi. We'll go with that one. Good morning. Good to see you. And it's a cool little brain and a Running Man thing there. We've got Salam. Hi from Iraq, where maybe that's a typo. Iran, Iraq, Iraq, unless I'm not familiar with this mythical place. Toby, greetings from Wales in the UK. Hey, Toby, good to see you. Going to be heading over to your part of the world in, I guess it's a ways away now still about another year. Fred, greetings from Kenya. Good to see you. Iraq. Okay, excellent. I've only been to Iraq once, was way up in the northern part. But it was beautiful there. Physician Mo, hello to you. And Wisconsin, good morning from Wisconsin, right on the border of Canada. Often confuse the accents, Canadian and that part of the world there. Sherman, hey, what's up? Not much, my man. Just chatting marketing and business. Good to see you here. And Christian, hey Adam, hope you're doing well. Greetings from Bolivia. Hola, Christian. ¿Qué tal, amigo? And yes, I'm doing well, thank you. I've still got my broken Achilles thing that I'm dealing with. I'm still in my my boot, which it's going to be too awkward to lift it up above the table. That's something no one wants to see. So still dealing with that, but I've got another meeting with the surgeon in just under 2 weeks, and then hopefully they're going to let me put some weight on it, which will be nice. Maple King, good morning from the East Coast. Good morning from the West Coast. Algeria, excellent. I've been to Algeria a few times. Very, very cool country. Big hi from Belarus. Excellent. Good to see you. A lot of very, very cool international audience here. Hey, Adam, where are you from? I'm here from CA. Yes, excellent. I'm on the West Coast as well, predominantly the West Coast of Canada, BC to be specific. So hi, Anna, where in BC are you from? I'm normally around a bit, but this is sort of the office that you're looking at here is the main sort of home base. Greetings from Latvia, greetings in Nigeria. Oh man, this is awesome. Look at just amazing. So many cool places. Trinidad and Tobago. I've not been to Trinidad and Tobago, all around the Caribbean, but not there. Kansas City, Missouri. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. I've never been to Kansas City, but I've been to Kansas, mostly Wichita, a number of times. And I appreciate that's not Kansas City, but that's as close as I'll get geographically there. All right. I think we are good. Let's dive in. Micah, morning from the Bahamas. Good morning. All right. You ready? Let's rock and roll. We got 43 viewers, 13 like buttons. We got to hit the like button. I know it's the only ask I have today, other than keep it professional and PG-13 for kids that may be watching. But you got to hit the like button. That way we can sort of help to get this out in front of more people that perhaps did not get the email in time. And that gives it a little bit of a boost for the algorithm. So I'm going to be asking, not annoyingly, but consistently throughout this video. So if you haven't yet, now's the time. All right. Let's go. Christian, having some issues with building a customer journey, map, and funnel. Any tips, vids, or books to build, please? Yes, all of the above. So when you're thinking about a customer journey and a funnel, essentially all it is, and the reason that a lot of people get confused is they misconstrue or they build it up bigger than it actually is. All a customer journey is the process that someone goes through from first learning about you all the way through to becoming a lifelong loyal customer. So all you have to do is start at the very end with someone buying from you and then reverse engineer the process. So what did they need to do before that and before that and before that? And then once you can map all that out, well, then you can start to figure out, all right, well, where are people falling off? Where do we need to optimize? What do we need to increase and enhance? And you can start to put the pieces together that way. Now, as far as maps and things, I've got a couple of videos on this one on the channel that I think you'll find really helpful. So if you type in Adam Erhart, marketing funnel, Adam Erhart, sales funnel, things like that, those are probably going to give you much of what you need. Also, I think there's one, if you type in like case funnel, CASE funnel, and Adam Erhart again, hopefully that video comes up because that'll walk you through like the exact path essentially to go through. Okay, Philip. Good morning from Australia. Morning, Philip. It's got to be, what time is it there? Isn't it late? I appreciate you being time sensitive though. Is leverage a marketing problem or business? Can you share some advice on creating value? Okay, so is leverage a marketing problem or a business problem? You're going to have to clarify what you mean by leverage. Leverage is never really a problem as much as an opportunity to capitalize on resources beyond your current capacity. That was a very nerdy answer. Let me break that down a bit more. Essentially, all leverage is using things, assets that are available to you in order to get exponentially greater results. So money is leverage because you can pay for goods and services and people to help you with your cause. People are leverage because they can sort of help you build up your business and you can hire them again, contractors, employees, team, etc. Community and audience is leverage because they can help to share and facilitate referrals and reviews and things like that. So all of those things are essentially, the leverage is either business or marketing or personal or whatever it is. So we're always trying to create more leverage to scale a business. Can I share some advice on creating value? 100%. I'm not sure if this video is out live. I just can't remember yet, but I've got one on essentially just that, creating value. And what it comes down to really is figuring out the overlap between skills and interests in areas that you're exceptional at, as well as the areas that the market has significant demand for, and then finding those gaps and filling them. That's what creating value is. It's really solving problems, and whoever creates the most value in the end wins. We've known this for years. This is not a new concept. It's been called the strategy of preeminence by Jay Abraham. Is one of the original founders of this thought of like, just give as much value as you possibly can. Seth Godin talks about this a lot through permission marketing and through service and things like that. But the reality is like creating value is about solving problems. And the better you're able to do that, the higher the value of the problem you solve, the more important it is, the more value you create. Therefore, the more that you are rewarded financially. Nathan, excellent. Good to always connect names with avatars here. That's what's interesting about YouTube opposed to like the other social channels, is that you often get things like Mystical Dog and other names that are not names. They're just avatars. A lot of this just has to do with the way that it sort of encourages anonymity, but I think they're going to be getting more human as we keep going. How to learn marketing, the big subject. You're in the right place. I think binge watching the videos here on the channel are going to be awesome for that. Abdullah, greetings from Ghana. Excellent. Batul, hi from Turkey. Oh, love you back. Turkey is another amazing country. Love that one. Very cool. Zalti, hey from New Jersey. Excellent. Kelowna, BC for Anna. Excellent. Kelowna's beautiful. Starting to get cold right now, though. It's even cold down here in the southern part of BC. MetaBuilders, good morning. West Coast, USA. Looking forward to some quality marketing content. Yeah, awesome. Good to see ya. Thanks for being here. Let's see. We've got, Kennesaw, Georgia. Excellent. And Toby, do you have an affiliate program for your software on GHL? If so, how can I become an affiliate for your software? Excellent question. I do not have an affiliate. Well, sort of. I think the way that High Level works, and let me see if I can find wherever all of those buttons went. I used to have them up here. There we go. Hang on. We'll do this. There we go. So there's the sign up link for High Level that's under my account. This gives you an extended free 30-day trial. I think that sounded right. And then you can try it out, cancel, etc., etc. If you sign up for that one and then you have your own affiliate under that, I don't know what say I get 5% or something like that from there. It's not significant, but every dollar helps. So if you're going to use it, yeah, definitely go through there, just mostly because it's going to give you an extended free trial for it. Okay, I lost my spot. Let's scroll back up. Jalen, what business major do you recommend? Well, if you're going to be studying business, this is like, that's you're asking me a question I'm very biased in. Marketing, perhaps? Like typically when it comes to choosing a major, if you're going through that way, you're going to have like the three big ones being business and, management, marketing, and accounting. If you, I don't know, marketing, obviously. That said, it's, in my opinion, don't go making any brash, harsh decisions without consulting with loved ones and family and friends and people that know you better than I do, obviously. But the most value, I believe, in a business degree is had in the first 1 year by far. And then the second year is like half that valuable. And the third and fourth years are like a fraction of the value. Most of which you're going to have to kind of learn on your own after that. Hey, level up. Good to see ya. And Zulay, greetings from Sarasota. Greetings. Good to see you. Oh, Sarasota, another beautiful place. A lot of cool places I've been before. This is great. Ezekiel, hello from Nigeria. Micah, getting clients as a new nail tech, please help. Okay, well, getting clients as a new anything always comes down to the same thing, which is really crafting an irresistible offer, crafting a desirable message, identifying the target market that you're trying to go after. With being a nail tech, being a local service-based business, I mean, the key here is really to tap into friends and family and local network. And probably the first step is literally just making sure people know what you have to offer and what you're doing. A story I tell, story time here. A story I tell is many, many moons ago, I was on Facebook and I made a post that I thought was through my business page, but it actually went through my personal page, and it was about marketing. And a lot of my friends and family and people that I've known for years commented, and they're like, dude, you do marketing? And I was like, wow, I've done a terrible job of letting you guys know. I've been marketing to everybody else except for my circle. Massive missed opportunity. Not because I want to sell to friends and family. I don't believe that's the best choice, but because friends and family know people that can help you. So leverage that, and then really figure out what kind of, we call it a tripwire or lead magnet or introductory offer you can bring people in. So is it like a free nail or color or this or that or whatever it is, something that's going to be irresistible enough to get people to give you a chance, and then hopefully you do a good job and they come back again. What most people fail to realize is that most money in business is made through repeat purchases, rarely that first one off. Okay, Abdullah. Hey, Adam, which ad image should I use for a lead ad aimed at getting people to download a lead magnet, which is a PDF? It depends. What's the lead? Like, what is the PDF? Is it on health, fitness, money, finance? I have no idea. Like anything? Like ideally what you want to do when you're picking an image is go for one of two things. You want to go for like the literal thing. So it's like, here's this thing that's going to show you what to do. We do this with like e-com and product stuff all the time. It's like literally just show the product what it is. Or you can go for like the aspirational end state image. So if I was teaching people how to, I don't know, retire young and live on a beach, my image would probably be young people on a beach, maybe with a small tiny house or something like that, some kind of desired end state. But the image has to be relevant to what it is. Otherwise, you're going to get clicks, but no conversions. Sufi Marketing, hey, good to see ya. Good to see ya. All right, MetaBuilders, have you broken into the Web3 space? We have found the strategy is vastly different in this industry. I'm curious if you have any experience with crypto, NFT, metaverse marketing. Okay, so fascinating stuff, this whole thing. This is a space that I'm involved in behind the scenes, but not publicly. Actually, on this note, if anybody gets a message on Instagram or anywhere, actually YouTube, from someone claiming to be me offering you crypto or NFTs or anything like that, it is not me. Okay, so please help me to identify them as spammers. We shut them down. New Instagram accounts pop up all the time, and they're commenting and trying to get people to be like me talking about crypto. I don't talk about that ever. Like business and marketing, that's what I talk about. So if you see that, help me stop them. That said, I am doing, of course, due diligence. I'm talking with a lot of smart people in the space. I think we're not there yet. So crypto, when people think of crypto, they think of like all of the different coins and Doge and everything like that. Really, my knowledge is concentrated on like the big investments, Bitcoin, maybe a bit of Ethereum, top level stuff. As far as NFTs, most people are misconstruing that, mistaking it with like selling pictures of art and making $8 million, when the reality is like the value is through contracts and things like that. Again, we're not at the point yet where this has become widely adopted. So I don't talk about it a lot in marketing simply because people aren't using it enough yet. When they do, I will be ready to capitalize on it, but it's still not as widely accepted or understood as it's going to be. Amar, Adam, I guess you forgot to read my question in the first one up there. Maybe I did. Maybe I missed it, or maybe I answered it in a previous thing. My question is, I do see it now. Sometimes, also, nothing personal, sometimes if I see a question that I don't think applies to enough people based on the number of questions that we have, I might have to glance over it. What Facebook objective should I use for a client that has big supermarkets and he doesn't serve online shopping? You'll run local targeted ads, and you can probably just run traffic or engagement or reach or video views, any of those, because if you're not optimizing for conversions, which you probably should be in some way, shape, or form, then anything else like that should do. All right, now let's keep going. That's why it's hard to scroll back up, because then I got to scroll back down. Let's see, where were we? Right here. We have a good evening from Nigeria. Another Nigeria. Excellent. Good to see you, Ogolo. Zalti, I'm trying to grow a business in the luxury wood furniture market where most products and services are sold in person. What would be an effective way to online market in an industry like this? Any tips? So the big question for me is, are you doing it the same way? Like, are you marketing in person anyway, or are you trying to sell direct to consumer through website, online, e-commerce, et cetera, et cetera? If you're trying to do it, because they're going to be two completely different strategies. If you're trying to sell luxury wood furniture in person, you can still do online marketing, but then your goal is to drive people to the place for them to actually make the purchase or do whatever it is. If you're trying to sell it directly through online channels, then the secret hack here is phone call. Really, it's like anytime that we're selling something very expensive, people need to talk to people. It's rare, if not impossible, that someone's going to like go to a website and put down an order for like a $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 piece of furniture without talking to someone and being like, is this any good? When's the delivery? I have questions. What about this? What about custom? What about whatever it is? So really, your choices for both cases kind of always lead to a conversation. The only question is, do you want to do it through the phone if it's all online, or do you want to do it through, what did I say? I've lost my train of thought. I'm trying to read questions ahead. Only question is, do you want to do it through in person if you're doing it locally, or do you want to do it over the phone if you're doing it online? I think we nailed that one. Fitagagi, best tips for a new niche business. Many tips. Without knowing what niche it is, just as a word here. So two quick things, one of which is it's time for our 15-minute reminder to hit the like button so we can boost that up if you're just tuning in. The second thing is the more context you can provide without making it a crazy long question, because then I won't have time to read it. But the more details you can provide on like what is the niche business, or what are you serving, or what are you offering, the better that I'm going to be able to answer the question. Because best tips for a new niche business is going to come down to like best tips for all businesses, which is identify a target market and find a point of differentiation. Now, when it comes to niche businesses, if it's new, I guess I have a warning and a tip. The warning is to make sure that you have a sufficient TAM, total addressable market. You have a sufficient number of people who are interested. They're already buying this. There's competitors in the space, which is a very good sign that this is obviously a profitable and basically valuable enough service that someone else is building a business on. So there's our warning. And then the tip is to get crystal clear on the kind of person that you serve and the benefit that you provide. So spending a lot of time there on your offer is going to give you the best results. All right, Super Chai. I have one sales funnel. Can you look if this is enough? Free education, free consultation, sales. So it's going to depend on like what's happening at every stage of the thing. But yeah, that's like a very common sales funnel. We'll give away information through content, through videos, through podcasts, through blog articles, through social media posts, et cetera, et cetera. We'll send them to some kind of consultation or call or strategy session or diagnostic or whatever it is to evaluate the problem they have, offer some kind of solutions. And then that is essentially a segue into a sales call. So yes, many multi-billion dollar successful businesses, I shouldn't say billion dollar, many multi-million dollar successful businesses have been built off that sales funnel. When you get to billions, you need a little more. Nyoku, hey Adam, how would run quality video ads as an agency if you're starting out and you're the only one in the business and you are finding it hard to understand the whole outsourcing process. Okay, so let's see. Quality video ads as an agency. So first of all, everyone starts out somewhere. So you can't expect that if you're just starting out, you're going to like just nail it right out of the bat and be like, this is amazing. And I've dialed in all of my things and my videos are perfect and they convert like gangbusters. It's like, you got to start somewhere. So that's cool. The second thing is outsourcing is useful, but have you really understood the process yourself? Do you know what you're looking for? Do you know what goes into a successful video ad? When you're providing direction to outsourcers and freelancers, are you clear about, I want this, then this, then this, then this? See, the reality is that when you're hiring outsourcers, freelancers, contractors, anything like that, you're going to pay less, but you're going to need to provide more guidance and more structure than if you were to hire someone who was strategically minded. They've done this a lot before. They have all the experience. You're going to pay them a ton more, but then you don't have to provide all that input. So it's a balance, time versus money. But the best advice is to really get clear, like master your craft. I think if I have like a saying that I want to like, I should write this down somewhere, but it's like master your craft. A lot of people ask me questions, not just you, Yoku, here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But a lot of people ask me questions about like, how do I get quick results? Or how do I make this ad convert? Or I just signed a new client. How do I do this thing? And my answer should be like, master your craft. Like if you're doing this for businesses, you're doing this for yourself, it's worth spending the time and the money and the energy to really figure out how to do this right. I mean, let's take an obvious and extreme example. Like if you had my surgeon who operated on my leg, like the last thing that I want is dudes like, hey, I figure I'm gonna be a surgeon today and I'm gonna go do leg operations. Adam, you're up. First one free. I was like, I don't want that guy. Like I want the guy that went to medical school and then surgeon school. I'm sure that's a thing. And then did like 10,000 surgeries before me. In fact, when I was chatting with my surgeon, the big question that I asked him was like, hey, if you were me, what would you do? And he's like, I would have me do your surgery. He's like, because I've done thousands of them and I did this. And I was like, done. Let's make it happen. So master your craft. That's the answer to all of these things. It's not the fun answer. Sorry, there's no shortcut. But Sufi, how I get my first client from Facebook? Any suggestions for digital marketing or social media marketing? I kind of slides into my last question. It's like master your craft, but again, provide value. So talk to as many people as you can, offer solutions, create content, come up with a good offer. I don't know if Facebook has to be your only path to do it either. Whether you're saying, how do I get my first client from Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or whatever it is, the answer is kind of always the same. It's like, you have to be, bear with me here, this is going to take some unpacking, but it's like, you have to be someone worth doing business with. The reason that a lot of people struggle is that they're just not worth doing business with yet. So when you go to a client, someone that has a business and they're going to be giving you money, I'm like, the bar's pretty high here. They're giving you money. They're trusting you with their baby. They're counting on you to get them results. So you better be confident that you can. And then you better be willing to show them that you can. And then it's basically just put in the goods after that. Hope that all made sense. Cannon movement. Let's do it. You made it. Good to see you here. And good morning from Florida. Oh, we got some good. We got Sarasota. We got Lakeland, other Florida. That's awesome. All right. Scent of Canela. Good to see you. I've got to get your name too, because we've got all these familiar faces and names, and then I can never remember the actual name. So hope you're feeling well. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. I will attend an event for marketing students and graduates. The event will include 5-minute speed dates with potential employers. Any tips on that? Ooh, that's a good question. So you're going to a marketing event and you get 5 minutes with potential employers. Any tips on that? Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I think the big thing for me would be to figure out what questions you're going to ask ahead of time. So your goal is to very much obviously position yourself as like an expert in your field, but this is actually going to translate over well to like sales calls and things like that. What you shouldn't do is go in and sit down and talk for 5 minutes at them. It's like, I do this and I do that and I did this and I did that and I did this and et cetera, et cetera. What you want to do is have strategically led questions like, what are you most looking for? What are the qualities that you look for in someone to be successful? What are your top person that you could ever think of that worked for you? What did they do differently than everybody else? Like 1 year from now, if I were to work with you, like, what would you want to see? What would success look like? Essentially, all you're trying to do two things. One of which is show an interest and engage in the company. Try and do due diligence and research beforehand as well, to learn as much about these companies and the people as humanly possible. But what you're also trying to do is future pace that you would be a good fit for them. The second thing is like calm confidence. I know this is going to be, it's tougher under pressure in that, but like really you're trying to show up as someone that they would really like to have work with. So it's like, obviously dress for the part, show up early, be polite, listen, ask good questions, stay calm, breathe, all of those. I think all of that'll help. Basically, look for what they're looking for and try to give them that. Tracy, good morning from Nebraska. This week I just purchased your digital marketing strategy. Hey, Tracy, Nebraska. I've been to Nebraska as well, Omaha back in the day. And it's good to have you in the program. That's fantastic. Shire, what is productization of services? That's a very interesting question. Productization of services is going to be a very much like university style answer. It's essentially just where you take your whatever service you're providing and you break it down into a systemizable, replicable, repeatable process. So if you're doing like custom one-off whatever services, you put them into different packages essentially. So it's like we have gold, medium, gold, silver, bronze, whatever it is. And that makes it easier to scale and to make sure that you're sticking with standards that people are aware of. So yeah, it's a good thing to do sometimes. All right, let's see. DJ, I have a question. I build a website, run Facebook. Hang on, I'm gonna read this as I sip water here. Run Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads. I'd like to start an SMMA. I'm not sure which niche I want to go with and how much to charge for my services. Any advice? Yes. This is a bit of an in-depth question that I'm going to give you the superficial answer and then I'm going to send you to a video. So I've got a video called How to Start a Digital Marketing Agency. That's going to talk about pricing and how to do all that. It's also going to talk about how to build a niche. So go watch that video. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to send you that video because I think it's specific enough that you'll find the value there. Okay. Tierno, is real estate SMMA niche still good to get into? Okay. Good question. Two answers for you, or two questions that will lead you to the right answer. Question number one, are people still buying and selling real estate? So that helps that. Number two, is it as competitive a field as it once was, or have people moved on to other things, or is it like just wildly saturated? To which the answer is like a bit of both. Because like real estate and mortgage and insurance and tax and all of those kind of credit cards, all of those are relatively profitable niches. They tend to attract the most people into them. Therefore, they're more competitive. So are you going to be able to differentiate yourself and stand out? Or could you find something that's kind of like an ugly niche that nobody wants? Trash collection, septic systems. I mean, like really ugly stuff that nobody wants to do. There's good money in that. So we'll go with that. Sterling, good morning from Silicon Slopes in Utah. Oh, man. Amazing. Yeah, I've been watching the mountain. Obviously no snow yet, and I'm not allowed to snowboard this year. So it's gonna be a sad year. I'll be looking up yearningly. I'm gonna sell all my snowboard. And you know anybody that wants to buy snowboard gear? Good prices. And kite surf gear I gotta sell now too, seeing as I'm not gonna be able to use it for a bit. What are your thoughts about the CMO to CRO trend? Is this positive or negative for marketers? Oh, so are you talking about define CRO in your context, right? Because there's going to be different definitions of it. CMO is typically Chief Marketing Officer, CMO, Chief Relationship Officer, Chief Revenue Officer. Which one do you mean? But I can tell you my thoughts anyway on whether we're talking about revenue, relationship. I was trying to find a list of them actually in the background here, but they're not coming up as easy. So I'm going to just end up getting kicked off if I open up too many tabs. I don't think it matters. Honestly, I think these are titles. I think it's irrelevant. I think what's more important is the job description that's given by the company when they put these titles on. I mean, like CMO is old school. Like we've had that forever. It's probably not going away. Other companies are starting like, what is it? I forget what it's called. It's like CHO, Chief Heart Officer, or like we're talking more about human resources and that. That said, I think anytime that marketing is more focused on making sure that it's accountable to revenue is a good thing. But I think that especially as the business gets larger and more powerful and people understand the true power of content, you lose the forest for the trees, lose the trees for the forest for the trees. When you're focused like only on revenue, because that leads to short-term thinking opposed to long-term thinking, which is where the real money is. Zero Crypto. I run a crypto consulting agency. It's been hard to get new clients recently. What do you think about the crypto space recently? I think it got hammered. That's why it's hard to get clients. It got kicked in the face. So yeah, it's going to be tricky. I don't say that like, I say that empathetically. Like anytime that there's an industry that just gets decimated, people that are selling services in that are going to get hurt as well. And it sucks, but that's life. I mean, basically every financial advisor ever, through any recession, same kind of deal. So a couple things. Number one of which is, are you really committed to the industry? Do you really care about it? Do you think that it's there long-term, et cetera, et cetera? In which case, weather the storm. Perhaps find safer, more widely applicable and universally accepted quote unquote cryptos, even if they're the boring basic ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, things like that. So yeah, I think it got hammered. I haven't sold a single thing. I only own Bitcoin though. I might own some Ethereum, but I don't own anything else. And like I said at the beginning of this, if anybody ever pretends to be me and talks to you about crypto, it's not me, because beyond this live stream right now, I never talk about it. So those are fake accounts. All right, let's make sure that we keep going here. Let's see. Super Chai, is this the right sequence? Taxation and finance first, then the rest like marketing. Right now I'm studying taxation and finance after I binge watch all of your marketing and sales basics. Excellent. It depends on your goals. Like if your goal is to become a taxation and finance specialist, then yes, study taxation and finance. If your goal is to do marketing, then there could be nothing more useless than taxation. That's why we have accountants that do it. So I hope that helps, but it depends on what you want to accomplish. So, wrong one. Hang on. Let's see. Ariane Alpha. I'm trying to start advertising agency, thinking to start on Facebook and start with local, but not able to understand ad budget and how much to charge client and to provide good ad to client. Okay, so two things on this one. The first of which is for pricing. Go check out the video on how to start a digital marketing agency. For the second thing on not sure how to get good ad results for clients, please don't start an agency. That's like rule number one. Remember what I said? Maybe you just tuned in, but like master your craft. You have to be good at what you're doing first before you think about charging a penny. Now, how do you get results? Well, you can start by working for free and you can be upfront and have full disclosure with a business owner and be like, here's the deal. I'm studying everything I can about Facebook ads. I'm putting in the time. I want to learn it. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm willing to run your ads for free. You pay for the ad spend, I don't know, spend $300 a month, $10 a day. Let me prove to you that this is a viable strategy. And normally I would charge $500, $1,000, $1,500, whatever it is. For you, it's nothing. I just want to get results and I want a testimonial back. But if that's not the case, the fastest way to like burn your reputation and not to mention that's just bad vibes, bad karma out there in the universe, is to like take on things that you have no skill or experience in doing. Again, let's use the surgeon example. It'd be like, hey, I'm thinking about becoming a surgeon. I'm going to go to the hospital. How much should I charge to do leg surgery for someone? And they'd be like, hey, do you know anything about doing leg surgery? And I'm like, no, but I think I can do it. Scary thoughts. Okay, excellent. Good stuff, Sherman. We got it. Tierno, would you recommend Facebook ads as a service for SMMA as of now? Yep. Still good. Still great. If you're going to do that at all, if you're going to be running, Facebook ads, my recommendation, that software right there. And the reason is I would run Facebook lead ads. I would run the Facebook lead ads using an instant form into High Level. I would have High Level take over the automation and the follow-up by sending SMS more than email. I love email marketing. I think it's phenomenal. But if we're running Facebook lead ads, SMS is hard to beat. Obviously, set up your times. There's a lot of stuff that is not easy. You're going to have to put in some time and effort learning and all that. However, if that's the plan, like SMMA, running Facebook ads, do it this way. I think it's the best one for sure, especially if you're relatively new to it. A close second would be Google ads. And then from there, you could look at like TikTok ads, YouTube ads, but then the learning curve gets significantly steeper and you've got to start to master not only advertising, but all of these platforms as well. All right. Void. Hi. Hey, good to see ya. DJ, good price range, charge clients, build landing page and funnels. Depends on the complexity of the funnel. It's like $1,000, $1,500, depends on how much is templated, how much is automated, how much you're doing from scratch, how much experience you have. Are you building it through ClickFunnels or lead pages or high level or whatever else? So there's a big difference between like a landing page and a funnel as well. So it's like you could build a landing page for, I don't know, copy and paste one for like $50, $100, nothing. I've got free landing pages actually. I wonder if I can find them. I have it somewhere. I'm gonna try one thing. Landing pages? No, I think it's like lead pages. Let's see if that's the one. No, maybe not. Okay, I thought I had it. I've got here. I'll put it in the chat anyways. Oh no, I won't. It'll lose my spot. But if you go to aerh.co/lead pages, that's still my favorite landing page builder if I'm just focusing on that. But you can build one of those and just take a high converting landing page and like copy paste. So that shouldn't cost a lot. The hard part of it is the funnel and the follow up and the sequence. And there, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna write like an entire sequence and a full follow up, could be anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 to more. I've made funnels for like 100 grand, 150 grand, but that's because they delivered like $4 million of sales and value. So huge spectrum. Pricing's a tricky subject. Eat French fries. Facebook ads. That's a great name also. Hopefully you sell French fries. Facebook ads have been failing me from my business page, but I'm killing it via my personal profile in the marketplace. Any insights into what's going on here? Yeah, it sounds like an algorithm thing. Also personal profile. People tend to like doing business with people more than businesses. So that works. And you probably optimize your personal profile in a decent enough level. So yeah, simple question. Go where you're getting the results and do more of that. I've been preaching the benefits of the Facebook personal profile for years now. I think it's still an incredibly valuable tool. Herthick, giving valuable tools and ideas by creating a community related to digital marketing will make change in this field. Makes easy for marketers. Agreed. I'm not sure if you're talking about what we're doing here, but hopefully, because that sounds great. Does course Google digital marketing worth it? I'd have to know the course that you're talking about. If it's this one, then yes, I'm clearly biased, but like I did everything I could to make this one the most valuable that I possibly could. So if you're looking at a course on digital marketing, go here, check it out, and then you can decide if it's right for you or not. And you can decide if the testimonials and the results look good. And otherwise, some are amazing and some are terrible. So you're going to have to do your due diligence. The Canon movement. If you had a choice to start offering paid media marketing or offering SEO services, which would you start with and why? Well, let me tell you what I did. So I started with SEO and doing SEO for local businesses. So the first thing I did was like websites, and then I realized nobody could find them. So I started doing SEO. I got great results with SEO. Like it was probably one of the greatest decisions that I made was to do SEO. Then I met a friend and a mentor, Nicholas Kuzmich, who was big into Facebook ads, like the Facebook ads guy. And he was like, dude, you should just do Facebook ads. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, it's way better. So I switched all into like Facebook ads, all in. And it went fantastic. I still kept SEO, but then Facebook ads they took off. Now, the effectiveness and the results of Facebook ads today are significantly different than we saw like 5-10 years ago. Same with SEO, same with everything, right? They're always going to get more competitive. So with where we're at today, this is a mixed question depending on your personality and your style. If you're really creative, you're good at coming up with copy, you're good at coming up with ideas and hooks and angles and media and things like that, I'd probably push you towards Facebook ads. And the reason is because the differentiator right now with success on Facebook ads has less to do with the ad platform itself and more to do with the quality of the copy and the offer. On the other hand, if you are a local person, you've got local businesses that you want to serve, you've got businesses that have possibly higher budgets or at least willing to wait slightly longer to see a return on investment, SEO is still great. The other benefit of offering SEO is like if you charge, let's do easy math here. If you charge $100 for someone to run Facebook ads and $100 for SEO, well, with SEO, your profit margin's like 90%, 100% if you do it all yourself. With Facebook ads, you might have to spend $50 on ads. You could make that $100, $100,000. The same thing applies. If someone pays you $100,000 to do SEO, you're pocketing 80 or 90 for your agency. If someone pays you $100,000 for Facebook ads, they often will, like you're going to have to account for them either needing to spend extra for the advertising itself to pay to Facebook, or to at least take that out of your profit to factor over. So neither of which is easier. I'm not sure if I answered that. I do Facebook ads probably just because I think it's more fun, but I started with SEO and I don't regret it. Jonathan, do you think copywriters should just focus on being the best in a certain niche, or become better all around marketers? Both. I know. Like, there's a progression here. Start by becoming the best in your niche. And then once you feel like you've got a really good handle on it, then you're going to have to naturally look around at other marketing areas and hooks and angles, and look at copywriters in different markets and industries. Even the best copywriters of all time, they had specialties, but they did focus on a couple different niches. And the best ones were the marketers that knew about the funnel and the buyer journey and how all of that goes. Okay, quick water break. Also, friendly reminder, another 20-minute mark. If you have not yet hit the like button, please do so. Helps with the reach, helps with the algorithm, shows YouTube that hey, people should show up and watch these things and engage. So if you can hit the like button, I'll grab some water and we'll carry on. All right, wonderful. Thank you. I think we got 6. So we're still missing like 20 people that need to hit it still, at least. So I'm watching you guys. Luis, I was wondering if I was running Google ads for someone, is it up to you to pay the click-through rate, or do we just create the ad and they pay? Yeah, it depends on what you negotiate. Normally you'll set up, the easier way is to have the client pay. So it's like you get them to set up an account and you just go in and manage and do all the ads and stuff. But I've run it in the past for smaller businesses where they're just like, I have no idea what to do. I'm not doing any of that. Like, Adam, just tell me what you need and we'll get it to you. And then I just factored that in. So like the previous example, if our budget's $100, it'll be like, cool, well, I need $30 for ad spend, and then or $100,000. We need $30,000 for ad spend, or whatever it is. We'll just factor that in, and then we'll just bill it through our credit card. The beauty of that is, you get mad air miles points. Man, I got like millions of points. Ridiculous amounts of points by running obviously all of the business expenses through credit cards and things like that, but also through ad spend over the years. Like, you spend a few million bucks on stuff, you get a lot of points, and you can fly for free forever. Okay, Fit Agagi. I offer a mixture of physical, cognitive, and intellectual fitness for kids 3 to 17. Okay, excellent. So physical, cognitive, intellectual fitness for kids 3 to 17. So yeah, I think what I would be doing is really figuring out a new niche. Kind of. Whoa, I made that big. A new niche, kind of. What I think you'll find is that there's probably other businesses that offer similar things, maybe not in that combination, but you'll find other things that are close enough that you're going to be able to borrow from. It's like kids education, kids training, kids sports, kids fitness, kids after school learning, all of those things you're going to be able to borrow different ideas from. All right. Tracy, how would you recommend me marketing my new EOS implementer biz? We are required to use the EOS microsite. We can have our own site, but hyperlink to EOS, so a bit challenging for SEO. What's EOS? Tracy, let's see. EOS. Is it going to be something that I knew, or is it going to be something new? EOS. I have no idea what that means. So let me know, and we're going to have to figure out what that is, and then I'll be able to answer it hopefully better here in a second. Adam, where should we start building websites and landing pages? Oh, yes. I got something cool coming for you. Very cool. So I've got 2 different thoughts here. 3 different thoughts, many thoughts. The first of which is, if you're going to be building landing pages as part of a funnel, use this high level. If you're going to be building like a standalone website and you want full control over, probably use WordPress. If you want, there's a new platform that I've just become made aware of that offers free website and free hosting, which is mind-blowing to me. I'm making a video on it right now, so I can't say yet, but it's going to be out in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So if you can hold off, I will tell you all about it then. And so far I'm pretty impressed with it. Sherman, is Facebook dying? If so, what should we do? They're all dying. Everything but YouTube, actually. YouTube's doing phenomenal. They're listening to people more than the other platforms. So is Facebook dying? Nah, kind of. Like same with Instagram. I mean, like they're recalibrating their algorithm. There's always going to be an aging up of a platform as it becomes new, and then the younger generations are going to be like, that's my parents and my grandparents' social media platform. I want nothing to do with that. So a couple things. First of which is definitely be aware of like the trends and the changes in behavior and platform adoption and who's using what. What should you do? The pithy answer here is that if you take a look at Gen Z, the younger generation's social media demographic usage, it's like 95% YouTube. So if that doesn't tell you, I don't know. That's kind of the answer. Diana, how can you run ads effectively after iOS 14 to use Conversions API? Cool question. You very much run ads effectively after iOS 14, but you have to change. So the main thing here is that we switch from using your sources for conversions, like your website traffic, your email list, your customer list, and we switch to meta sources. So we're using video view engagement, page engagement, Instagram followers, things like that. And that still works just fine. The other secret, I feel like I'm totally a salesperson for High Level today, but like this is kind of the other secret, is we will run Facebook lead ads using instant forms to capture the data. Then we put it through High Level, and that works fantastic because we're not taking people off of the platform. We're using the tools that Facebook's given us and has said, use these, and we just listen. Sometimes marketing is as simple as that, by the way. It's like if you look at when a platform introduces a new feature or new anything like that, and they want you to use it, and they'll reward you disproportionately to use those features. All right. Void. I'm about to graduate from high school. I don't want to go to college because here in Pakistan, the course is so old and expensive. So I want to start a digital marketing career. Yeah, I think, so whether in Pakistan or anywhere around the world, the digital marketing specifically is crazy to try to learn and study in school. Simply because it changes so fast that by the time you get a textbook and by the time it's gone through the curriculum and the approvals, like it's irrelevant. That said, first year university marketing courses where you're going to study macroeconomics, microeconomics, accounting, finance and math. What else? Business management, business ethics. I'm trying to remember my other courses. I don't know, anything else. Human resource management. Like all of those things are going to give you really good foundational knowledge that you're going to be able to apply to everything else. And it's going to make you a better marketer, business person in general. I think like looking at my kids, I don't care if they go to school or not, but I'd love for them to take that first year university business marketing focused courses because it's going to give you just such an overview of all of these things. Now that said, you don't have to do it at an expensive university. You can do it at a community college. You don't have to do it at a community college. You can do it by reverse engineering the curriculum and just buying the books and reading them. You don't even have to do it that. You could even break it down even more and do it through courses and things like that. So yes, you can still learn. Full disclosure, I did do a marketing degree. More full disclosure, you don't need it. I learned almost everything I know during class by studying on my own, after class, before class, and definitely like when school was over, that's when my real education began. And that's where I was like, man, I learned some cool things about targeting and segmentation and positioning, but you can Google those after this and you will know what everybody else knows. And then the rest of it is going to come down to self-study. All right. Zalti, do you believe a marketing degree is worth it when building a digital marketing agency in niche focused market? Well, that's good timing. I think we answered that one pretty good. Worth it? Probably not. Okay, let's keep going. We've got 12 minutes left. And I lost my spot. So let's see if we can scroll back down. Here we go. All right, Mason. Hello, Adam. Hello, Mason. My name is Mason from Idaho. I'm working on a 30-day launch for my business, Hello Family. Our target market is 35 plus moms with multiple kids. Okay, excellent. That's good. Do you have a question about that as well? But otherwise, the fact that you're even working through it is fantastic. Let's see. Productized versus customized service. What would you recommend? Start with customized, move to productized. And the reason is because you don't know what to productize until you've customized. Sounded fancy. But seriously, like if you're going to put together a productized service, you should probably know what people want and what they value and what they're willing to pay for and what they just don't care about. So yeah, do a lot of customized services first, figure out what that product and that package should look like, and then you can break it down there. All right. Thank you so much for your tips to 5-minute employers. Is Leia. Perfect. Like Princess Leia. I'm glad you put that there. I would have said Leah. So excellent, Leia. That's fantastic. Yeah, good luck. Hopefully that goes well. Let me know. Let's see. Good night from the West. Good night. Can you tell me some great tricks relating to Google Ads? Great tricks. Let me see if I can think of something that not a lot of people do. Here's a trick. This is actually how I can tell if someone is like an amateur advertiser or a more professional advertiser, and it's the use of negative keywords. So if you're not excluding keywords from your Google Ads campaigns, you're missing out. You're leaving money on the table. All right. There are a few things that get me up on a Saturday morning. Hey, that's excellent, Jasmine. Good to see you. Yeah, well, good for you for the commitment to making it happen. All right, Sufi, thanks for answering my question. I live in Pakistan. I'm trying to target US, UK businesses, target business ecom. I offer free 1-month trial, but I don't get any leads daily. $1 Facebook. So if you're spending $1 on Facebook a day, that explains why you're not getting any leads. It's probably because the value of a lead is around $5 or $10. So you'd need to spend 5 or 10 times that amount if paid traffic is your strategy, which I don't probably think it should be, especially with that kind of budget. A lot of people mistake ads. They think it's a magic bullet that I'm going to run some ads and everybody's going to know about me and they're going to buy my stuff. The problem multifold with this, the first of which is that advertising is just like any other kind of marketing, except maybe more competitive because there's so much money involved and there's so much profit potential that you got to master your craft. I'm going to get that tattooed somewhere, but or get a sign of it. Master your craft. Like you got to be good, like really good if you want to get results from ads. The second of which is you've got to be willing to spend some money to get data and feedback and actually give them enough budget to work with to show your stuff to enough people. So that's why I don't think most people should be running ads. In fact, if your business is doing less than 10 or 20 grand a month, I think ads are not even on the radar. I don't know if I've ever suggested to a client that had a business that was like 10 or 20 grand a month or less, do ads. It just doesn't normally make sense. We'll occasionally start ads at like 20 grand, maybe, and scale them up to like 100 grand, but and then over 100 grand a month, then we start to like really put on the ads because then it's more consistent, more consistent, yeah, we're getting tongue tied here. That's a sign for a water break. Hang on. All right. On the topic of ads, Liliana, if I want to run targeted ads on TikTok and LinkedIn, where should I start? You should start on TikTok. And the reason is because the ads on LinkedIn are prohibitively expensive for most people. The value to reward ratio just rarely, if ever, makes sense. All right. Ms. Green Thumb Entertainment. Hello, I own a small moving company. Oh, that's a good business to have. I'd like to bring our SEO services in-house. Is this a realistic goal? Yes, I think so. If you're local, look up, there's a couple very cool services. One of which is called Bright Local, BRIGHT Local. I think they're out of the UK actually. The other one is called White Spark. Both of those are one word, White Spark, Bright Local. And they provide local citation building services. They provide a lot of local SEO focused stuff. The second thing is double down on your Google business profile because that's where you're going to get a lot of traction. So yes, it's totally realistic. Where you're going to probably want help is with some kind of external link building because that's a little bit trickier. But yeah, I think you can do it. In fact, I think if you go to my resources page on my website, I might even still have on there a checklist, maybe not. If you look at Adam Earhart SEO, try to find some of the more recent videos. There's some cool stuff in there that I think will help you as well. But yeah, you can do it. Or at least hire someone to do consulting for you to put you on the right track. Hey, Mohammed, good to see ya. All right. Jasmine. All right. I'm moving into fractional CMO services. Good industry. But advertising and e-com is just so lucrative. How do you stay the course when you can easily make more money elsewhere? Yeah. Where's your heart, right? What do you want to do? This is a question that I used to battle with a whole lot more. So I've got many thoughts and there's no judgment here because I've kind of done them all. I think until you're at a point where you're financially stable or secure, you do whatever you need to do to get there. Like, no judgment. You sell whatever you got to sell. You do whatever you have to do. There's a lot of talk about like follow your dream and follow your passion and do what you love and the money will come later. Maybe, probably, maybe not. Like, I think you got to make the money so you can afford to live and pay your bills and feed your kids and like the important life stuff. Money, it's important. So do that. Then once you have a sufficient amount or whatever it is, this is where it gets really hard, because then you got to kind of almost like pull yourself away and do something else that is fulfilling. This took me a long time to get to and to understand. But it really was only once money no longer became an issue. Like once I was quote unquote financially independent, that's when I was able to start doing things like this that I really enjoy, where clearly if you're looking at like a dollar per hour time, this is not a high leverage activity for me, right? It's like my time would be better spent by figuring out sponsors or increasing this or doing one-on-one work with like a Fortune 500 company. Like there's significantly more profitable things, but they don't make me feel great often. So if you're going to be in it for the long haul, you got to find stuff that you actually enjoy, but you have to find stuff that pays the bills. It's a balance, one that I think everybody's working on. That said, I turn down opportunities all the time that make stupid amounts of money that younger Adam would have just thought I was insane for. And I turn them down regularly, $1 million opportunities, because I just don't want to do them. So hopefully that helped. Baz, Fiverr for marketing ad help. Your opinions, what to look for, red flags, green flags. Got a 5K product, want to sell to the UK, probably with Facebook ads. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, I've never hired an advertiser off Fiverr. So I'd be looking for like a track record of success, high ratings, reviews, the same thing I would look if I'm looking to hire anybody to do it. And then I would start them out with a smaller budget to make sure that they knew what they were doing. That's it. I think that's it. The more that you can understand about Facebook ads, the better you're going to do though, because you're going to know if they're trying to snow you and be like, hey, look at all the likes we got you. And you're like, yeah, but you didn't make any sales. I was like, yes, but look at the likes. People like it. I was like, yeah, but nobody's buying. Yes, but the likes. Okay, when client says, send me the project, then what should we do? I don't know what that means. Send them the project? That's my advice. When the client asks for something, we give it to them. Obviously, I'm missing something though. Okay, we've got time for a couple more. Let's see. Sebastian, hey Adam, I studied finance and I really like marketing. Do you have advice? I see your videos and courses, but I would like to start as independent. Yeah, I mean, study then. You can do it independently. You don't have to go back to school if that's what you mean. As far as like studying independently, you're going to need books and courses. So I don't know if that's what you're asking, but like that's the way to learn. That's how I still learn. I'm learning two things right now. I'm learning Spanish and I'm learning art, oil painting. And you know what I'm doing? I'm buying every book on the subjects and I'm hiring the best tutors and teachers that I can find. That's it. That's how I learn stuff. I buy all of the books. I buy all of the courses. I hire the best tutors that I can find. And then I make sure that I'm doing what they tell me to do because they're smarter than I am when it comes to that stuff. So that's my secret. Okay. Let's see. Here's a charge question so I can lead you in the right direction. How much should I charge if services is providing leads, then qualifying them and set them in the calendar? You should check out that video called, what's it called? How to build a digital marketing agency or something like that. If you type in Adam Erhart, build a digital marketing agency, that's going to walk you through how to do that. Chris, we got a super chat. That's very cool. So I forgot to tell you all at the beginning as well. All of the super chats and everything like that, all of the money goes directly to feed local hungry kids who can't afford to have food before or during school. So there's this amazing charity that helps to buy them food, helps to get them to low-income areas so that kids get to eat. So thank you for that. You fed some kids. I appreciate that. Is all copy content on your website the same or are there different categories? I understand user research is necessary for the content itself, but what about the type? Let me reread that. So is all the copy content on your website the same or are there different categories? I'm not sure I fully understand. Chris, fill me in on the bottom. Just give me a bit of clarification. I'm going to answer this before we sign off here. But essentially, the way that I look at website copy is that there's the homepage, which is where the majority of people spend their time. And this is typically geared towards the highest level version of your client, like the aspirational top level character, because you're going to catch everybody on the way down. For example, one of the fastest ways to like lose a 7-figure client is to tell them you can help them make 6 figures. They're like, been there, done that, and you lose them. But you can tell, hey, I'll help you make 8 figures, and now you catch the 6 and 7. Now, obviously, be reasonable. If it's too far of a stretch, you're going to lose everybody anyway. So obviously know who you're talking to. If you're talking about like personalization and having different sections that change and automate, I like it. I don't do it. And the reason is because it's often more complicated than it's worth. Some of the software is a bit buggy and glitchy depending on blockers and things like that. So we don't use it a lot, but I'm not against it. Then what you want to do is you want to look at the pages and keep them relevant and specific to the stage that someone's at. So your about page is not about you, it's about them, and how to make sure that you're essentially selling whatever it is that you're selling by talking to them in their language. Same with the work with me page and so on. I hope that answered it. I'm going to, if you have another, like a clarification on that one, let me know, because I'm curious what was exactly meant by that one. But essentially, like your website is really that like one-stop spot. Whereas if you want like really targeted messages and things specific to an ideal avatar, that's where we use ads and social media and different platforms because we can target them better. Okay, let's see if we can hit one more, and then my phone's going to light up because I got to go run and do family stuff. Let's see. What would be one that's going to help the most amount of people? Lots of stuff on courses. I think the best thing there is just go do due diligence, and I'll let you decide if it's going to be right for you or not. Depends if you have more time or money. If you've got more time to watch every video on the YouTube channel, and you're going to get like 85% of what's in there. CJ, you're more right than wrong. Yes, it is probably definitely more for people 30 and up, probably 35 and up. Do I have a podcast? Technically, yes. I haven't posted on it in a while. YouTube and TikTok for Gen Z, yes, and also millennials and also Gen X. The book Traction is amazing. I still miss the EOS part though, so we'll talk about that another day. Okay, let's answer this one, and then we'll wrap it up here because I think this is a good one that's going to impact a lot of people. How do you know if your price is reasonable if you don't sell often? If you're not selling often, like price is rarely the deciding factor on a sale. Price and price psychology and all of that is very subjective. So if I ask you right now, is $1 million expensive or cheap? Well, it depends on what are we talking about. Are we talking about a life-saving cure for cancer that's going to impact the lives of billions of people? In that case, it's negligible. It's free. That's the greatest thing ever. If I ask you, is $1 expensive or cheap? Well, it depends. Am I selling you a rock I found on the ground or a breath of fresh air or whatever it is? So it's always based on the perception that someone has when they're comparing things to. So price, you can frame it differently. You can position it differently. You can look at competitors. You can look at cost basis. There's a number of different ways to break that down. The second thing is the value and the perception of value that you're providing. So if we're not making enough sales to know, the bigger issue isn't necessarily the price that you're charging, but the perceived level of value someone's going to get for that price. In other words, let's use our $1 million example for our cure for cancer. Well, that's a lot of value. On the other hand, if they're going to pay $1 million and I'm going to like scribble a few pictures and sell that to them as fine art or modern art, probably not that much value. So we've got to do a good job of making sure that A, the value is there, but B, that we're properly representing the value that we have. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs make is that they have an amazing product, an amazing service, an amazing business, but they don't tell anybody about it. They're shy. They're worried about bragging. They're worried about coming off as arrogant or egotistical. And so they hide things. It's not that they're afraid of overpromising. It's just that they don't tell anybody at all. So often, and if you've ever heard this thing where a customer or a client ends up working with you, and at the end I had no idea this was going to be so good. I had no idea that you also offered this. You way exceeded my expectations. That's not always a good sign, because if you way exceeded their expectations, yes, they're happy, but it means that you're missing a ton of people that wanted the thing. They just didn't know that you had that available to them. So double-edged sword. But the important thing is really take a look at whatever you can do to A, increase the value, and then B, make sure that you're communicating effectively, which is what marketing is all about. That's why we're here today. So with that said, time for pancakes and soccer. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. I genuinely appreciate all the good questions, of which there were very, very many great ones today. So thanks again for being here, and we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you in the next video.